Still feeding the muscles, trying to keep the muscles well fed, maintenance.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with an update of Andrew Jacked, who is focusing on recovery right now. But once again, Andrew talks about the idea of him jumping into an earlier show. And do you guys know what's gonna make this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro even more exciting? If Andrew Jacked, he makes up his mind to join the party, because a lot of his fan base, they believe that Andrew was kind of unfairly placed at his last show, which was the Arnold. Now the judges obviously do not agree with that.
Stay doing my recovery, and so that it can be easier for me to make a switch when I decide to do something earlier.
But if Andrew decides to do a show like the Pittsburgh Pro or any other show in the next 2 months, there is a high likelihood that Chris is gonna make him eat up more for most part of this next prep, because Andrew is already in a phenomenal condition after this year's Arnold. Now, unlike Samson Dauda, he did not go on a break. He has continuously been dieting and also putting a lot of work in the gym, and is staying in shape even after this year's Arnold. And the reason I'm saying Chris is gonna up his food is that so he can present a much bigger package at whatever show he does next. So Andrew's strength, even in the recovery phase, that is absolutely insane. Now we all want to see Andrew Jacked bring a package that has the fullness like he had back in Texas Pro. But at the same time, the condition of this past Arnold, because that would be so damn hard to beat. So he hasn't placed higher than 5th at the Olympia so far. But we all know Andrew has the physique to shock the entire bodybuilding world in any of his future competitions, if everything clicks 100% for him. And I 100% think that he's the only guy out there who can beat the reigning Miss Olympia Samson Dauda, even if Samson is 100%. So Hosstile has just dropped some new merchandise, and all the Hosstile supplements and the products, they are tagged in this video. Click the arrow down below and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have today's physique update from Justin Shier. So he's also trying to ramp things up now, as he's also now diving deep into this prep. And it has been a very long time since we saw Justin on a bodybuilding stage. And for those of you guys who do not know, that was back at the Olympia 2023. And ever since then, he has been in the off-season, trying to get bigger, to grow, and put on muscle in all the right areas, especially his back, because that is his biggest weakness. And we kind of saw that at both the shows that he has done so far, starting from Chicago Pro. Now Carlo Thomas Jr. and Justin, they turned pro the same year, and at the same show. Now Justin has seen more success than Carlos as an IFBB Pro, because Justin was able to win his pro debut, which was Chicago Pro, and he also made his Olympia debut that year. And the thing is, winning your first ever pro show, not many pros out there can claim that. Even guys like Samson Dauda, Nick Walker, and so many others, they did not win their pro debuts. Now I for one am very much looking forward to this new and improved physique of Justin Shier this time around. And the timeline around which Justin is aiming to compete is the same as back in 2023. He might jump into Chicago Pro and his Olympia qualification this time. That is all gonna depend on the extent of his improvements in his posterior chain. From the front, the man has got an ideal physique. The first 3 shots, the front relaxed, the front double biceps, and the front lat spread, they are very impressive for Justin Shier. And that makes him a very dangerous bodybuilder. Because the thing is, he takes so much lead right from the get-go, the moment those comparisons start. So this comeback is happening after 18 months. And more size and more muscle is expected, not just on his back, but on his entire frame. So the reigning classic physique Arnold champion, Mike Sommerfeld, he was spotted guest posing today. And people out there are gonna have different opinions about that. But that is Mike's own unique style. So 4 weeks post this year's Arnold win, and Mike still looks to be holding on to a solid look. The man looks very detailed, very ripped, and still very separated, but at the same time, showing a lot of fullness. Now Mike hasn't officially made the announcement whether he's gonna be doing this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro or not. But looking at his current look, he can literally cruise into that show and be in a great position to win that show and take the fight to Terence Ruffin. And with McGregor getting 15K in the prize money at this year's Detroit Pro, the paycheck for the winner of this year's Pittsburgh Pro Evening Classic, that is gonna be a good one. But Mike does have an underlying health condition, and his decision on whether to compete at this year's Pittsburgh Pro or not, that is totally dependent on his blood work. Now Mike has been prepping for months and months now. Now we really want to see this comparison between him and Terence Ruffin, and I guess that is the most anticipated comparison of Classic Physique division this year. And the way Mike absolutely dominated this year's all-in lineup, he has a good momentum, and on paper, he really is the favorite to win this year's Miss Olympia in Classic. And that opinion is based on how hard he was able to push Chris Bumstead even at the Olympia last year. The first guy since 2020 to have won more than one shot against Chris Bumstead, that is Mike Sommerfeld. The former 2 times Classic Physique champion, Breon, he keeps building his way into the 212 class. I mean, you guys can all see, he looks so much bigger, but at the same time, he's making sure he stays in a decent shape all year round. Now Breon's switch from Classic to the 212, that has to be one of the biggest storylines of 2025 bodybuilding season, especially in the 212. The question is he gonna be good enough to stand next to the likes of Keon Pearson and Sean Carrida at this year's Miss Olympia? And Breon has already made it very clear that he will be earning his Olympia qualification by doing a show in the 212 later this year, and he won't be looking for a special invite at the Olympia. So we will see what his physique is capable of, even before the Olympia this year, in a bigger division. Now I really wish Breon made the switch a little earlier in his career, and the reason I'm saying that is because that way he would have had more time to work on his lower half and to put on more size on his legs, because that is the only thing that is gonna hold him back in a bigger division. Now even with that brutal weight cutoff in Classic Physique, he brought superb looks every single time he stepped on that Classic Physique stage, and the man was never off. So the biggest thing that Breon is fighting right now, that is his age. The man is 45 years old, and for 99% of the bodybuilders, it is literally impossible to bring up the legs beyond that 40 years mark. So I hope you guys are following Carlos de Oliveira, who by the way is gonna be making his Classic Physique Pro debut at this upcoming mighty Pittsburgh Pro. And I have got to say his condition for 7 weeks out, that just isn't normal. Just take a look at those striations all across his chest, the separation between his shoulders and his arms. You rarely see that kind of muscle quality, literally in any division. And I must say the kind of chest development that Carlos has, in terms of the depth and the detail, he can rival against any athlete across any division in the entire IFBB Pro League. So only a few more weeks to find out how he compares against the likes of Terence Ruffin, Josema Beast, Michael the Bull, and possibly Mike Sommerfeld. Because as of right now, standing all by himself, the man is looking extremely dangerous. So he has a greatly balanced physique, top to bottom. And it isn't just his upper half. That is very impressive. But his lower half, his legs, they look so damn good too. And most importantly, he has great midsection. And the reason for that is, for those of you guys who do not know, he's a former top men's physique athlete. And we know those guys have immense focus on the abs development. So the only thing left to see on Carlos, that is his back, as he hasn't been posting any of his back updates. So do let me know what are your expectations from Carlos at his Classic Physique Pro debut. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.